And I don't think, and I know for a fact that most of the world isn't aware that we've actually already created single cell life. It exists. The seminal paper on it came out 3 years ago. So we now have fully functioning synthetic cells, which are created with nanotechnology and some of those. And I could get in the weeds on what that nanotechnology is, which it can self-replicate. And so what this means, if you sit back and what this means.
Wait, so man has created life?
Technically synthetic, yes.
And by what is it? So, but if it behaves independently and it's self-replicating, then aren't those the criteria for life?
Well, that's a whole philosophical debate. And
yeah, I don't want to believe it, so I'm happy to have the definition readjusted, but
yes,
that would be the obvious definition of it, right?
And there's also synthetic cloning now. So you can have an agent if you know exactly a pathogen or a cell. And some of this isn't advanced. So if it's more complicated cell type, for example, you might not be able to replicate that, but you can now synthetically generate a virus to match the virus. And so what that means is you don't have to have the actual virus. You don't have to collect a sample anymore. You can just have the code and you can generate it. That's where we are now.
Right.
And that's for viruses. Now, if we're talking
text me the code and I can make the virus.
And I believe we'll be there in the near future with bacteria. And with synthetic life, though, you can generate very radical things, because what this means is we can make what would be defined as a single cell synthetic organism, which does different things that don't exist. And it has massive potential good uses and bad uses. The good uses, you could use this, and I could see this being popular among scientists funded by the Borlaug program at USDA, where they use this for pest control, and you could target, make it so it was very specific, the synthetic cell or organism or bacteria to target something like a pest, like a grasshopper, for example.
Or white people.
Well, we're going to get to the other side of this. That would only target a specific species defined to a geographic region. So you might not worry of it spilling over into some other insect population, in theory. Okay. This is sort of what I'm talking about here is the emerging future trend of this. Now, on the nefarious side of this, how is it going to be used? We're no longer talking about living things. So you can engineer a synthetic pathogen to attack equipment. So you can have that synthetic organism produce an acid that would eat metal. You could have it produce a biofilm which would attack metal underwater, like a submarine. This technology is being developed right now at a handful of places. Some of it's in the United States, much of it is, some of it is not. Most of the places it's being developed are friendly to the United States or our allies. But this synthetic threat is rapidly emerging. So that's the biotechnology side. Now, if you take a look at, and I know I've been watching your show, recent episodes, AI has been a big hot topic, and there's tons of investment going into it. We're going to see a fusion between this synthetic biology technology and AI. And it's probably on the 4 to 5 year horizon. And the AI will be programmed into the microcircuits systems of the nanotechnology. It's a fact. I mean, like, you're going to use the best software, the best programs. You can get onto basically a nano computer within that cell, which does the programming. This might sound like crazy science fiction to a lot of people. People say that's not possible.
No, I don't think anyone would say that's not possible.
I can point to a peer-reviewed publication where they're doing all the components of this, and it's just a matter of time before someone gets wise and assembles it. And there's going to be plenty of financial motive to do this. So there's no stopping it. And that's what I'm saying here. There's no stopping where this is headed. And the reason why I say that, the Trump administration it did some great work with Russia trying to negotiate a new biological treaty.
I just want to apologize in public for every moment I've defended like our economic system, because like any system that allows something like this is a bad system.
Well, so all technology is dual use, right? It's like firearms is a classic example. A firearm in a good person's hand is a tool to defend and protect yourself, your family against tyranny. In an evil person's hand,
nuclear power, nuclear bombs, I get it.
Yeah.
But, you just have to assess the downside risk realistically as compared to the upside benefit. And I think with the technology, nuclear technology, I believe this, and certainly true with everything you're describing, downside risk way far outweighs any potential gain. You live to 110, okay.
So I'd argue this. I can completely agree with the upside and downside risk of this.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is there's no stopping it.
And
this is why what I was going to say related to President Trump and the Trump administration negotiating a new biological treaty with the international community. Well, one, looking at history back to the 70s, I don't think it's going to be effective. So the existing biological weapons convention we have is outdated. It focuses on select agents, basically, which can be weaponized through gain-of-function technology. They baked a loophole into it to develop countermeasures. That's vaccine technologies and other prophylactics. And you can engage in the gain-of-function technology, bioweapon development, if you're developing the countermeasure. And they couldn't get anyone to go further past that with having inspections.